So Aston Villa 2, bad evening for Unai Emery. Arsenal 4, good evening for Arsenal. Brandon, we went 1-0 down real quick, got it back to 1-1, went 2-1 down, got it back to 2-2. Emi Martinez scored the third, and then gifted us a fourth by going up for a corner. Party missing again. What did you make of that, mate?
We fried some fish today, Lee. That Unai Emery fish. We fried it. Finally, after four games of absolute bullshit. Let's be honest. But yeah, you're right. Wasn't great again today. I mean, nobody should be lapping this performance up because the performance weren't that great.
Oh, they've already started in the comments, mate.
Oh, no
you're
doubt.
negative. Oh, yeah, you don't deserve anything. Oh, you're toxic. You're negative. I ain't seen them all month. Soon as we win a game, they get a bit of chest. Most easily pleased fans in world football, mate.
Yeah. And of course, my comments that I made last week, I'm the villainous of the fan base now. So,
They have to have a villain. They have to have a villain, Brandon. They have to have a villain, mate.
Yeah. But, not a great performance again, Lee. Let's be honest, right? First half it looked like we had a hangover from that Man City game. In fact, it looked like we've had a hangover for the last 3 weeks. I don't know what's happened to us defensively. I really don't, because defensively we were so poor in that first half. Both of them goals defensively was awful, and considering we up until the Everton game had one of the best defensive records in the league, our defence is just like, it looks like the olden days when we had like Mustafi in that there. It's just, I don't know what's going on really. But obviously, there's a couple of players there that kind of carried us through the game. And I'll admit they showed a little bit of bottle today. Do you know what I mean? That's all I ask from Arsenal. You're in a title race. I want to see these players show a bit of heart, show a bit of a fighting mentality, which we haven't seen over the last 3 weeks. Let's be honest, especially against City. Yeah, City. I thought we gifted them that game. Every single goal against City was a gift from Arsenal. Yep. And, there were certain players in that game as well that did not turn up, Martin Odegaard, who turned up a little bit today, but, oh, mate, like that sitter that he missed, you can't be doing that. That's criminal. Absolutely criminal. And, that would have been a heavy talking point had we have lost this game. But, we scored 4 goals. I think Arteta did something today that I've been calling out for the last couple of weeks. Martinelli hasn't been the same Martinelli that we've seen for the majority of this season, and I thought he deserved to be dropped. You got Trossard there. Trossard come in. I thought he did okay today, but you see the difference in Martinelli when he came off the bench. That guy now knows that he has got somebody who can play his position, who is not only there just to make up the numbers, but he will fight for Martinelli for his position. So he can't be dropping stinkers like he has been the last couple of weeks. And he came on.
Do you think it's all his problem though, like the stinkers? Because I thought Trossard played all right, but it weren't. It's like Zinchenko was more in centre mid and number 10 all game than he was down the left wing. And I think that's a problem we need to address, because teams are using that against us as well. Look how many times they broke down that right hand side for them. Yeah, because Zinchenko was nowhere to be seen. At one point, he was at centre back. Yeah, and I'm like, you're doing a centre back, mate. Yeah, then he was at number 10. Then he's on the right wing. And I'm like, you're everywhere apart from left back. And it's definitely something we got to fix. And it also makes the left winger isolated. Whereas on the other side today, we see Ben White, who I thought was man of the match. Yeah, I thought he was brilliant today, putting in some great crosses that Eddie was missing. And he was overlapping. And it makes a big difference. It makes Saka's game go up more, because Saka now knows he's got an overlap and he can come inside if he wants to, or carry on going. But that left-hand side needs fixing, man, definitely.
Yeah, I agree, mate, because, again, it's a tactical thing that Mikel Arteta does, but it leaves us exposed. And it also, like you just mentioned there, it's not all Martinelli's fault. He's not getting the service. He's not getting the overlapping runs that Saka's getting, because Zinchenko's inverting all the time. And we kind of been found out over the last 3 weeks. And, today we almost got found out again. And luckily we had just enough to to beat Aston Villa. But you know, it's not a performance that fills you with confidence. Do you know what I mean? It's a performance that you can say, okay, we got the result. The players showed a bit of fight, a bit of winning mentality there. It's something we can build off. But in terms of the performance itself, like it's not
It was
that
like last
great at
season,
all.
wasn't it? It's like last
Yeah,
season.
yeah. And then, like you say, you know, we got Eddie Nketiah missing chance after chance. He did that again against Manchester City. He's done it again today. But yet we get told we don't need a striker in January. Like, do you know what I mean? What are we trying to do here? Are we trying to just finish in the top four, or are we actually trying to win a league
Aim.
title?
That is the aim, mate. Arteta said, I don't know if you see Arteta before the start of the game. He was talking to Peter Crouch. Peter Crouch said, you know, is it a surprise for you that you're in a title race this season with Mikel? And he said, yeah, we didn't expect to be here. That's it. That's it. That's all we need to know about this football club, Brandon. Our CEO on the 12th of January went on Sky Sports when we were 7 or 8 points clear and said top four's the aim. We've got David Seaman coming up, top four's the aim. Keown, top four's the aim. Righty, top four's the aim. Yeah, you've got all these journalists that are on the payroll indirectly saying top four's the aim. When we bottled top four last season, Ornstein put a tweet out saying it would have been seen within the hierarchy at Arsenal that if they'd got top four, they would have been ahead of schedule. So the schedule for this season is top four then. Everyone's happy. Everyone's happy, mate. I don't know why they're getting so giddy at me because we're top of the table. They're happy finishing fourth.
Yeah.
If we finish anywhere apart from first, they're happy.
And this is why I got the reaction that I got when I went on the football terrace and I called them pussies, because
they are.
My
mentality.
Be real.
Let's be real with it, Brandon. Yeah, Granit Xhaka, was here last season, bottled top four. Yeah, Ben White, bottled top four. Gabriel, bottled top four. Eddie Nketiah, bottled top four. Yeah. Go through the whole team, mate. Saka, bottle top four.
The thing is,
I'll take him out of the equation because he's amazing, mate. He is quality. Yeah. Martinelli was here last season. Most of that squad was here last season. It's only Zinchenko and Saliba and Gabriel, Jesus that weren't here last season. And Fabio Vieira, but he don't play anyway.
But you're right. That's the reason I got the reaction that I got, because my mentality is I want to win a league title. I'm not happy with top four. Whereas there's these ones who come out and get offended by what I say and by what you say, is because their mentality is, oh, well, you know, top four is the aim, and if we get anything else, it's a bonus. No, that's not how it works. At the end of the day, you tell Terry week in, week out, and I watch you on the football terrace week in, week out. You say it on here as well, and you're absolutely right. What is the aim of elite sport? Win. And there's no reason why we shouldn't be winning. At the end of the day, the way I look at it is we're top of January, we're top of the league, 8 points clear. Yeah, we haven't got the best squad in the league, but we was playing the best football and winning the most matches and picking up the most points. All we had to do was do enough business in that January transfer window to get ourselves over the line. And I don't feel like we have done enough, and I think it will end up telling towards the end of the season. But you know, I can't criticise either of our two signings that have come in so far, because, okay, I didn't want Jorginho at Arsenal, but
he's played all right.
He was probably arguably the best player against Manchester City for us.
Yeah.
He was one of the best again today. Trossard, you know, he's come in and he's done a job. But in terms of have we done enough, what I mean by that is Eddie Nketiah is not finishing his dinner. Could we have got a striker in? Yes, we could.
Mate, let's have it right. Yeah, let's have it right here. Yeah. Eddie Nketiah was leaving this football club for free. He was out of contract. And because this fan base got so giddy because he scored 5 goals towards the end of the season, it took us from 4th to 5th. Sign him up. Give him a contract. It's the only reason he's here. Yeah, and now people want to sit and go, oh, yeah, well, you know, he's only a backup striker. What backup striker wears Thierry Henry's number and gets paid 100 grand a week? Yeah. Now he's the main striker because a striker that we signed isn't even a striker in Jesus. Yeah. Then we're going to sign Jorginho, who's not Thomas Partey. We should be having 2 Thomas Parties, 2 Jesuses. Yeah. And then Eddie, the backup. When Man United used to win the league back in the day, they used to have 4 strikers. Do you know what I mean? We used to have 3 or 4. We used to have Will Tord and Henry and Reyes and players like this back in the day. Do you know what I'm saying?
Will Tord, Kanu, Henry.
Exactly. Yeah, Bergkamp.
You name it. And then, like you say, Man United, Rooney, Berbatov, Hernandez.
Hey, look at when they won the treble. Yeah, they had Sheringham, Cole, York, and what's his name? What's the guy's name? It's gone. It was in my head. But they had 4 strikers. Yeah, and Solskjaer used to be the sub player. Yeah, Solskjaer's a better striker than Eddie Nketiah will ever be. Yeah, and he used to sit on the bench. Yeah, he used to sit on the bench. Bro, if you want to win the title, you've got to have multiple goal scorers, yeah? And when I say multiple goal scorers, consistently. Yeah, Eddie is not the guy. That guy scored. He's played 21 appearances this season in the league. He's scored against 3 teams. And people go, yeah, but how many of them are starts? What, you're only allowed to score if you start?
And
yeah, how many players come off the bench and score a winner? See it all the time, or an equaliser. He scored 2 against United, 1 against West Ham, 1 against Brighton. That's it. That's all he scored. Yeah, and everyone was getting giddy because he was doing that during January, right? And then, don't matter, we don't need a striker. January window shuts. They make up a dumb song about him, and he don't score ever since. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. When you've got people that are setting targets at the start of the season, saying top 4 in Europa League, yeah, and then you go and ask them now, yeah, well, if we don't win the Europa League and only get top 4, would you sack anyone? Oh, no. Well, why are you setting a target then? Because you're happy either way.
Sense. But in regards to
why we've been killed off over the last 20 years, mate. Yeah, because we've got millions of people like that just lower the standards by accepting everything.
Yeah, but in regards to the Premier League title, I'm still not sure, bro, because at the end of the day, when you're fighting for a league title, it's all about fine margins. And unfortunately, we don't have the players that can carry us over in that term. You know what I mean? Like Eddie Nketiah doesn't finish his chances enough. Granit Xhaka the other night against City had an opportunity on the edge of the box to take a shot. How many long-range goals has Granit Xhaka scored for Arsenal? And he doesn't take the opportunity. And because of that, I think that's what's going to end up costing us in the end. And the fact that Manchester City are just, a ridiculous team anyway. And they're starting to show a bit of form now. So we'll see.
Yeah, man. Yeah, nice one, man. And big up to yourself for coming on, mate. At least I didn't shout over you. We're out of here, people. Laters.